You guys see the freaking title, you know the deal. Drake has allegedly responded with this track. Now, of course, the big thing is this an AI track? Because it leaked. So is this an AI track that someone tossed out real quick? Or is this really a track that was leaked? And if it was leaked, was it leaked intentionally? By Drake and his crew or whatever. I'm going to just be breaking down the bars and giving my thoughts on the situation, going with the idea that it is a real diss track from Drake to Kendrick and the rest of the people Drake is beefing with at the moment. If it turns out to, of course, be some fake track AI generated or something like that, then whatever. We'll find out probably soon enough. There have been other tracks that have been released that were AI generated, and that's a whole scary situation, but that's another thing. Let's keep in mind Drake is allegedly beefing right now with Kendrick Lamar, Metro Boomin, Future, Rick Ross for some reason, and The Weeknd, and ASAP Rocky, and Travis Scott, I believe, right? Those seven. I might be missing a couple more people. And on his side, I guess is, I don't know who, J. Cole, I guess, but J. Cole kind of apologized and like bowed out, I guess. He's even featured on Metro Boomin and Future's new album. We still don't trust you. Like, which dropped 3 weeks after the first one, and this is apparently a sequel. If you remember, that album is where Kendrick featured on Like That and sent the diss out, which sparked this whole situation of J. Cole responding and then apologizing, and now this alleged Drake track leaking. You could tell it doesn't sound finished, but it sounds okay. But it could definitely sound better, and if they released a finished track, I would definitely listen to it some more. I could never be nobody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had to put it in your hand. You pussies can't get booked outside America for Nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Backstage in my city, it was friend zone. You won't ever take no chain off of us. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? Okay, yeah, #1 fan, da 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 da. Your first #1 had to put in your hand. That would appear to be a reference to Effin' Problems from A$AP Rocky's debut album, Long Live A$AP, released in 2013, because it had Kendrick, 2 Chainz, Drake, and A$AP Rocky. And once again, like I said, Kendrick and Rocky are 2 of the people that Drake is beefing with. So this seems to be a reference to one of those 2 or both of them. It was a huge hit. Drake already had a few hits before that. But for Kendrick and Rocky, they didn't really have like a bunch of hits and whatnot. And of course, getting booked, yada yada. Drake is one of the biggest artists internationally. He can get booked basically wherever he wants. That's what he's saying. He's big and he's a big artist in Japan. Do I know that for sure? I don't freaking know. I've never been to Japan. But I'm gonna take his word for it at this point, because he's freaking big damn near everywhere. And the hit maker y'all depend on, backstage in my city, it was Friend Zone. People get a feature verse from him or feature on like one of his songs or whatever, and boom, it's a hit. Self-explanatory. It's happened with Fetty Wap and so Blockboy JB, so on and so forth. The list goes on. Migos, like, come on now. How you big stepping with a size 7 man on? This is a reference to Kendrick specifically, because Kendrick's like what, 5'5", 5'4", somewhere around there, and Drake I believe is like 6 feet taller somewhere. So basically, he's just saying Kendrick's short. You know how you big steppin'? Big steppin' is a reference, of course, to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is Kendrick's most recent album. This the bark with the bite, nigga, what's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. Extortion, baby, whole career, you been shook up. Cause Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups. Of course, Top is a reference to Top Dog, the founder of TDE, which is Top Dog Entertainment, the record label that Kendrick Lamar was signed to up until like a year or 2 ago. And of course, picture on the wall when y'all cook up is like saying that, they basically look up to Drake and get inspiration and whatnot from him. And Extortion, whole career you've been shook up. That's a reference to him being, signed to Top Dog, TDE, and Top Dog is, allegedly a blood. And then there's the whole extortion thing, LA, gangbanging culture, Compton, so on and so forth. Your last one bricked, you really not on shit. They make excuses for you because they hate to see me lit. Pull your contract because we got to see the split. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip. This is a reference still to his record label, Top Dog Entertainment. Allegedly, taking more money than they should have, seems. You better do that motherfucking show inside the biddy. Maroon 5 need a verse. You better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Top say drop, you better drop and give them 50. This would appear to be a reference to a video that came out a while back with Kendrick Lamar doing push-ups. Maroon 5 and Swifties, the Taylor Swift lines. Kendrick is on a song with Maroon 5, and he has a song where he's on of Taylor Swift. I believe that was the Bad Blood remix that came out like some years back. Pipsqueak, pipe down. You ain't no big three. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. Like your label, boy, you in the scope now, and you gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talk with your ass, I had to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. You know, the Mike then and Mike now line, I'm interpreting it as Drake saying I'm the Michael Jackson of our era, so I'm like the number one artist, just like Michael Jackson was the biggest artist in his era. You know, because he passed Michael Jackson's like record of like most number one hits by male artists or whatever. And of course, label, scope. Kendrick was signed to Interscope through TDE. So that's another reference to his record label. And Aftermath, Kendrick was known for being affiliated with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre has an album label called Aftermath, which is also through Interscope Records, which is founded by Jimmy Iovine, a business partner of Dr. Dre. So it all ties in together. What the fuck is this? A 20v1, nigga? What's a prince to a king? He a son, nigga. Get more love in the city that you from, nigga. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. Of course, telling Metro to shut up, you know, stop tweeting or whatever, and go back to making beats. And prince to a king. A prince, the crown prince, is like the oldest son of the king and whatnot. So this is a direct response to Kendrick saying Prince outlived Mike Jack on Like That. And Drake is saying, well, I'm Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Prince wasn't the king of pop. So he's sunning him. You know, the 20v1, I don't really think that's 20 artists against Drake. So that's just a little bit of an embellishment, you know? But it's just like, wow, like how many artists are going to like sneak this, throw jabs, tweets, yada, yada, yada at me? You know, like I said, I just named like 7 a few minutes ago. And there's probably a few more. Yeah, I'm the sixth god. I'm the front runner. Y'all niggas' manager was Chubbs' little blunt runner. Chubbs is a person that Drake references multiple times in his songs and whatnot, or a friend of Drake, so on and so forth. Saying your manager basically was getting blunts for my friend. Like, so you below me, yo. And okay, fine. Claim the 6, and you boys ain't even from it. Ain't even come from it. And when you boys got rich, you had to run from it. Cash blown, able bread, out here tricking. Shit we do for bitches, he's doing for niggas. Jets, whips, chains, wicked, wicked, wicked. Spend it like you trying to fuck. Boy, you tripping. Boy, you tripping. Abel is the Weeknd. That's his first name. And I think the 6. The 6 is Toronto. That's what Drake calls it and whatnot. So this part right here would be a diss to the Weeknd. And Cash blowing, he doing things for niggas. I guess he's making like a gay line about the Weeknd, like questioning his sexuality for spending money on men instead of women. I mean, okay, I guess. All right. Drizzy Chippendale probably got your bitch Chanel. I just got him done, boy. Don't make me have to chip a nail. Rolling Loud stage, y'all returned. That was slick as hell. Should've probably changed if your BM start to kiss and tell. Hugs and kisses, man. Don't tell me about no switches. I be rocking every fucking chain I own next visit. I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. Top stay drop. Your little midget ass better drop and give me 50. Drop and give me 50. Drop and give me 50. Once again, a reference to Top Dog. Having Kendrick Lamar. You know, just like Eazy-E said in Real Motherfucking G's, he said, like, heard at Death Row, you're getting treated like boot camp. You know, gotta follow your sergeant's directions or get your ass popped with the Smith & Wesson, so on and so forth. Bodyguards like Whitney, that's a reference to the movie Bodyguard, which Whitney Houston was in. And, of course, BM is probably a reference to Kendrick Lamar. He has a wife, 2 kids with her. It's another reference to his wife, just like he did to Pusha T's wife, which made Pusha T go off on him with, like, the story of Adidon and whatnot. So maybe Drake should have, like, learned this lesson and stopped mentioning people's wives and girlfriends and whatnot. But hey, whatever. That's what he does. It's Drake. Unfortunately. I just got him done. I believe Drake posted a while back, like, he got his nails done or something like that. And that was, like, a thing that was going viral or whatever. Kendrick Lamar's wife is named Whitney. So that's, like, a double entendre. Whitney Houston and that film, The Bodyguards. And Kendrick Lamar, wife Whitney. Niggas really got me out here talking like I'm 50. Niggas really got me out here rapping what I'm living. I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Can't believe he jumping in, this nigga turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy. Talking like 50 Cent, be talking mad reckless. We all know this. You know, he be trolling people, beefing with people. He's known for it. Ricky, reference to Rick Ross. For some reason, apparently Drake and Rick Ross are beefing. I don't know if it stems back from like 9 years ago when Drake and Meek Mill were beefing. You know, that might be what it's from. But, you know, Rick Ross did have Drake on songs like Aston Martin Music, which became a hit. So, yeah, that's a reference to that. Oh, also, and the 50 line is, yeah, Rick Ross is 48. So, yeah, he's almost 50 years old now. But spend a little check you got and stay about my business. Worry about whatever going on with you and shout out to the Hooper that be busting out the gritty. That line, worry about whatever going on with you and then it's just, you know, empty. Gritty, what lines are gritty? Diddy. Who's been trending lately? Diddy. So that was basically a way of him mentioning Diddy without actually saying his name. So a slick line right there. Because a lot of people that have been connected to Diddy have been like kind of being quiet about it and like trying to stay out the way and like it's like you know, like there was the whole Meek thing and so on and so forth, you know. Well, you know why you mad, nigga? I ain't even tripping. All that little heartbroken Twitter shit for bitches. I ain't even rapping after this. I'm way too busy. This for all the top dogs. Drop and give me 50. Drop. And that fucking song you got is not starting beef with us. This shit been brewing in a pot. Now I'm heating up. I don't care what Cole think. That dot shit was weak as fuck. Yeah, Drake is too busy making money, being on tour, so on and so forth. The song that's not starting beef with us, that would probably be a reference to Like That. Once again, from the Metro Boomin' the Future album. And he's saying, well, it's been brewing, it's been issues, so that didn't start anything. It's been bubbling. And then, of course, I don't care what Cole think. That dot shit was weak as fuck is a reference to how J. Cole responded to Like That. And Drake is saying, no, that was weak. Don't even need to respond to it. And then, of course, Cole wound up apologizing, so, you know, that might be a response to that as well. Who knows if Drake really wrote this? Who knows if he wrote this like after the apology or before? You know, champagne tripping. He is not fucking easing up. Niggas calling Top to see if Top want to piece it up. Top want to piece it up. Top want to piece it up. Nah, pussy. Now you on your own when you speaking up. You don't roll deep to this. It's not fucking deep enough. Bacon Kai's not, boy, you not fucking beating us. Drake is known as Champagne Poppy. They saying niggas calling Top to see if Top want to piece it up. That's a reference, once again, to Top Dog, TDE, Top Dog Entertainment, the record label that Kendrick was signed to. He's not signed to it anymore now, though. So he says, you on your own, you're speaking up. So Kendrick doesn't have the support of TDE, is what he's basically alleging. Numbers-wise, I'm out of here. You not fucking creeping up. Money-wise, I'm out of here. You not fucking sneaking up. Cornball, you show money, merch money, feed to us. I'm gonna let you niggas work it out because I seen enough. This ain't even everything I know. Don't wake a demon up. This ain't even everything I know. Don't wake the demon up. Drop it, give me 50. All you fuck niggas teaming up. That's a reference to the fact that, you know, people like Rocky and The Weeknd were featured on We Still Don't Trust You. And Kendrick was featured on the first one. And I think Rick Ross was featured on the first one as well. You know, then he has these lines at the end. Teaming up with all y'all falling like some dominoes, bros turning hoes, dog. Like I ain't got enough of those. I can't wait to see how far you niggas get to reaching now. This is the closest thing you niggas getting to a feature now. Backpedal gang, because a few of y'all been reaching out. Y'all drew the line. What the fuck we gotta speak about? Get your fucking head tapped. You niggas get to peeking out. You had a song for 4 years. Drop that shit and shut your mouth. And then he says, it's me twice in my big three. I had to leave you out. So, of course, teaming up, fall like dominoes. You know, one knocks over the next one, then so on and so forth. It's a chain reaction. You know, saying these guys acting like hoes, and he got hoes. He don't need no one else to be acting like a hoe now. And then he's saying this is the closest thing you get into a feature. So he's not working with any of them anymore. And he's saying backpedal because he said a few of them have reached out, possibly to work with him again or to apologize or whatever, talk it out. Y'all drew the line. What we got to speak about? He ain't interested in talking to them. He said, you peek your head out, you get head tapped. So he's saying if you want to speak up and say something, you're going to get this too. And this line, you had a song for 4 years, drop that shit and shut your mouth. That is interesting to me because I'm not exactly sure who he's referencing. The last line, though, is funny. It's me twice in my big three. I had to leave you out. Basically saying Drake's big three is Drake, and J. Cole. So he's leaving Kendrick out because he don't rock with Kendrick. So Kendrick ain't in his big three. Now, what do y'all think about this? I think the track was all right. Probably would be even better if it was mixed and mastered properly. If it really is a leak, once again, if it is a leak, do you think Drake and his crew leaked it? Or do you think it was someone from outside the team? I would say, yeah, maybe Drake leaked it or whoever, or do you think that's just really AI? There was a few lines in particular that made me feel like it really is an AI thing because I questioned if Drake would really say those lines and whatnot. Like when he called Kendrick a pipsqueak, pipe down. I'm like, really? And then he had a line about he called Kendrick Lamar Dot. No one really calls him Dot. It just seems weird to me for Drake to call him Dot because he used to go by K Dot years ago, like over 10 years ago. There was another one, I believe. But yeah, basically, I do question it a little bit because some of the lines seem like something Drake wouldn't say, unless he's really just. I mean, you can always say like, "Oh, Ghostwriters" or whatever. Like someone else gave him the line, and if you're, if you, subscribe to that line of thinking, then it's all cool, whatever. You know what I mean? Also, of course, A$AP Rocky, who of course I'm a freaking big listener of and mentioned it before, took shots at Drake on that new Metro Boomin' the Future album. So real quick while we're here, Rocky's verse. Verse 1, call up Pluto, Metro should have put me on the first one. Niggas swear they the bitch the baddest, I just bagged the worst one. Niggas and they feelings over women. What, you heard or something? I smashed before you birthed. Son, Flacco hit it first, son. Still don't trust you, it's always us, never them. Heard you drop your latest shit, funny how it just came and went. Money long, but I gotta keep it trim. Her waist small, but she ain't slim. They call me Flacco Jody, but I'm him. Ain't shit changed, bitch. Upgraded the lane, bitch. Stay up in your lane, bitch. My wrist a plain Jane, bitch. She fucked me cause I'm famous, and they don't speak my language. But bet she know my name, bitch. I stainless cause I don't trust a thing, bitch. Fuck on her tongue, but really I just hit a lick. No more Balenci, I'm getting really tired of Rick. Cough up a lung, that bloomin' new biscotti hit. First of the month, I'm living in your head rent free. This would appear to be just one big shot at Drake, pretty much. Saying like, hey, Metro Boomin, Future, should have put me on the first album, And then talking about the baddest, that'd be a reference to Rihanna, who he has 2 kids with now. In the feelings over women, this is a reference to Drake being upset that Rocky has 2 kids with Rihanna. And we know that Drake was feeling Rihanna at some point years ago. He might still be, who knows. And then, of course, Still Don't Trust You is a reference to the album. And, of course, Heard You Drop Your Latest Shit, Funny How It Came and Went. That's a reference to For All the Dogs that came out last year. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but just wanted to make it clear that Rocky is also throwing shots at Drake. And it's just a whole big festival of people beefing with each other. What do y'all think about it? I just wanted to come and talk about it. I've listened to the track, like I said, a few times. It's cool to me. I just still question, of course, if it is AI or if it's not. At the end of the day, this AI thing has gotten a bit out of control, in my opinion. Once again, what do you guys think? Is Kendrick going to respond to it? Should he? Is anyone on this album or other people that Drake is beefing with going to respond? Drake threw shots at Rick Ross, Weeknd, Metro Boomin, Kendrick, and possibly A$AP Rocky as well. And then maybe there was some subtle disses aimed at other people as well. Who knows? You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes pretty much. So once again, you leave a comment in the comment section below with what you guys think, of course. Let's see what happens, you know what I mean, with this. Because this is the first time in a while I've seen a beef where there's several people from like different camps even that are really like getting involved, And this is probably one of the first times I've really seen several artists jump on one rapper, especially a rapper this big. I would say one of the only other times I remember this is like 50 Cent having G Unit and Eminem, Busta Rhymes, and all those people, D12, Obi Trice, all of them dissing Ja Rule. You know what I mean? But even then, I mean, Murder Inc. as a whole was getting dissed too, so it was kind of like label against label in a way. But I feel like this doesn't really happen that often. It's very interesting to see, especially in this day and age. People have been saying very often, like, rappers gotten too friendly, it's gotten too soft, everybody friends, yada, yada, yada. We see what J. Cole is. Some people applaud him for being mature, for apologizing. And some people saying that he's soft, he's a punk, blah, blah, blah. He's no longer top 3, big 3, whatever. Personally, if J. Cole felt the need to apologize for it, that's up to him. He's a grown man at the end of the day. He got to make his own decisions. I think the diss track he put out was all right. 7-minute drill. But if it's in his heart to apologize, then, hey, he did what he had to do. Hopefully it stays on wax. I would love to hear some more diss tracks. I'm all here for it. So, catch you guys next time.